derby. Tottenham Hotspur against Arsenal. We'll make our first trip there after the latest news on 5 Live. Here's Richard Foster.
On digital, BBC Sounds, smart speaker and online.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
The Cabinet Office Minister Michael Gove says he trusts people's common sense and doesn't think that face masks should be compulsory in shops in England. Ministers are considering whether face coverings should be mandatory. A pilot from North Lanarkshire is finally coming home after spending more than 2 months on COVID life support in Vietnam. Stephen Cameron, who's 42 and from Motherwell, is said to have been the sickest patient in the area. Around 200 workers are isolating after 73 people tested positive for COVID-19 at a farm in Herefordshire. They're being asked to stay there while the local council arranges food and essential supplies. Primark says it won't ask for a £30 million bonus, which was announced by the Chancellor, Rishi Sunak, earlier this week. Companies will be paid £1,000 for each worker they bring back from the furlough scheme. The company says all 30,000 staff it put into that scheme are now back at work. And the Home Secretary Priti Patel is in Calais to discuss the growing number of migrants crossing the Channel in boats. Almost 2,500 people have reached the UK that way so far this year.
On BBC Two.
He was and remains one of the most interesting people in the world.
There's no other media figure that has had the kind of influence that Rupert Murdoch has had.
Well, Murdoch's a proper danger to liberal democracies.
He always wanted at least one of his children to take over from him.
Family, money and power. The inside story.
There's only one Rupert that we know.
The rise of the Murdoch